Okay. Okay. Hey guys, well, I'm not sure if you can see me, but it's the freaking butt crack of dawn. Everything's frozen. I'm on my way to Eastern Washington to go pick up some stuff from my parents' house. So yeah, we're taking the truck. It's like 20 something degrees outside. The cold start was a little gnarly. I should have recorded it. But yeah, so we're on the way. Gonna go over here, get some stuff, spend the day out at my mom's place, and then I'm gonna come back. And tomorrow on Saturday, I have my dyno appointment. Well, it's a car show / dyno event type deal, where it's a toy drive. So I'm donating a bunch of toys to have time in exchange for time on the dyno. So I'm pretty stoked about that, guys. I'll update you with more videos as we go, but I thought you might enjoy this little road trip over to Eastern Washington. I'll check in with you. I didn't bring my GoPro, so I totally forgot it, so I'll just make some videos along the way, but they're still over there, and it's pretty cool. So, all right, this thing just cruises so nice. We're just cruising along here. The outside air is like 20 something degrees. I'll show you guys the intake temps here in a second, but just cruising along, nice and easy. Air fuel ratio is nice. So stoichiometric for ethanol is like 14.2. So I target right around 14.2, 14.5, depending on if I let off on the gas a little, she'll go leaner. So it just depends on load. Truck's running fantastic. So one thing I love about the Mega Squirt system is that you can turn on auto tune and set it to very hard. And I'll show you guys what that looks like on the computer. But basically, when it's set to very hard, it'll make corrections to your table, but like it's not doing it easily, very hard. And it definitely helps with just kind of dialing that tune in. So this is a nice long drive, so I should be able to get that, just the little stuff really fine-tuned. Guys, check that out. Intake air temp, 24 degrees. It's a cold one, but it's doing good. We got some snow. Roads are a little icy, but not bad, so just cruising along. Doing a little bit of snow wheeling. It's not much snow, but it's a bumpy motherfucker. Holy shit. Easy. This part's a little better, but it's still pretty darn bumpy, but everything's just so cold and frozen. We're just putting along here in two-wheel drives. I love seeing how far I can get before I have to kick her in 4-low or 4-wheel. All right, guys, today's the day. I'm gonna go to the dyno again. I just drove the truck over to Eastern Washington last night, so it's dirty. There's a little bit of a car show. I'm not gonna wash it. It's an old farm truck anyways. It doesn't need to look clean. So I'm gonna load up my tires for the dyno. Last time they had me put some skinnies on. So I'll put the tires on that are smaller, top off my water methanol tank, and we'll get over there. They're gonna have a car show. It's a perfect day for it. It's super sunny. It's like 20 degrees outside, or actually it's warmed up more now that the sun's out, but gonna get the truck on the dyno hopefully and do 1 or 2 pulls. Now that we have it turned up to 16 PSI, I don't know, I'd be happy with 690 to the tire. So hopefully 700 if everything goes well, but we'll see. So the other day I tried cleaning up these wheels. I bought these wheels and then the truck sat while I built it for a couple years. So they're just all jacked up. I need to probably hire somebody to professionally clean them for me. But I love these old school wheels. So I'm gonna leave the truck the way it is though. This paint does polish up pretty good with a buff and a wax, but I'm not gonna worry about it today. It's winter. There's crap all over the roads and it's not probably worthwhile doing. But she ran real good yesterday going over the pass, going through the Cascade Mountains. I need to calculate my fuel mileage. I'm gonna go get some fuel and top it off, see what my mileage is at for that pass. When I was going over the pass, I was in boost pretty often. It definitely wasn't easy on it. I don't know what it's gonna have done. It used at least half a tank, probably 3/4 tank. So maybe 12, 14 miles per gallon, but we'll see. It's a 36 gallon tank, but it definitely ran good.
it was cruising the pass, no problem. I mean, I could easily get it into the 80s. And the truck just handles awesome. Freaking love this damn thing. So we're gonna load up go back here to my junk pile. I need to clean all this out, but I got my tires back here for the dyno. I'm gonna throw those on, and then we'll get this guy ready to go over there. The dyno's open today till 4 p.m. I'm gonna try to be first in line at 1 and check out some cool cars. There's a guy with the TRX there that has about the same power my truck, a little bit more than my truck does. So hopefully, now that I've turned it up, we'll be pretty close. But he has the record on that guy's dyno there at Apex.
So I got the tires in the bed, water methanol topped off on that, jack, and what I need to change out the tires. I got my impact and torque wrench and whatnot, so hopefully we don't have to change them out. I'm just going to throw the 2 on the rear. It has a Detroit locker, but these old Fords have manual hubs, so I should be able to just disconnect the front end. And it's the same deal. You throw it on a chassis dyno, it's only spinning the rear tires anyways. So I'll leave the fronts on, throw the rears if I need them, but hopefully I can run the 35s. My idea behind the 35s is the more load I put on this engine, the more boost it makes, the more power it makes. Before, when I'm looking at my dyno graphs, I was stabbing the throttle at about 2,500 RPM, and boost wasn't coming in for a few thousand after that, which was skewing my power numbers. Because on the street, 2,500 RPM, I'm hitting 16 pounds boost, but on that dyno, I wasn't even close. So I think if I can run the 35s, that'll help. But also, I'm going to stab it a lot sooner. Before on the dyno, like I said, I was hitting it at 2,500 RPM. I'm going to stab it around 1,500, 1,800 RPM, because I'm only revving this guy out to 5,200 RPM. So we'll give that a shot. I think that'll give me more of a realistic number compared to what I see on the street, because the dyno just doesn't load the engine as well as the truck does on the street. So we're on the way to the dyno. Almost forgot the darn toys for the toy drive, so that would have been disappointing. Truck's running good. The air is nice and crisp this morning, so I mean, I think that's good horsepower here. So we're gonna stop for some fuel and then head over to the shop here at Apex. They got some pretty cool cars out here. I'll show you guys what they're doing. They're hooking up the dyno right now to another rig. So there's the Ford, some Mustangs, pretty badass TRX over there. I think that put down almost 800 to the tire. Same owner for the TRX here. It's got this guy. I guess this is a scat pack, so it's the same engine as the Demon, just minus a couple, like 1 horsepower. And I think you don't get the drag pack with it, so you don't get the trans brake and whatnot. C01 Camaro. It's pretty cool stuff back here. Old Ford's looking good back there too. So they're hooking up a car on the dyno right now. Here's the Z06. And that's Apex's new ride, the yellow one there, I believe. My truck's looking pretty freaking good. Can't wait to put it on the dyno. This is a Silverado that was on the dyno a bit ago. Made over 600 wheel.
Good looking truck. I really like the tail end on this thing. Super clean. Diesel tip on it. Well, the old Ford is almost ready. It's definitely not as nice as some of these other trucks out here, but should make some power. Gotta figure out if I need to swap my other tires on. Get these 35s off. Might be too wide for the dyno. This Mustang here, they're saying it's a twin turbo 4.6 built motor. Made like 900 to the tire. It's a badass car. No cage in it yet, so you can't take it to the track. It's a soft top, but this thing rips. It's gonna be on a Megascore 3 system just like mine. Unfortunately, I didn't get here in time to see it on the dyno.
Okay. Okay. I cut it short a little bit. What did it say I rev to?
It's the same as you were before.
Okay.
It's not going to pull any faster.
Yeah.
That's as good as it got.
It's crazy how much faster it is on the road, but I guess it's just being on the road. And the bigger tires, I guess.
I can up the resistance more.
All right, guys. Hopefully you can hear me here. Leaving the dyno now. So, good fucking day. Made just shy of 700 horsepower and 800 foot-pound of torque to the wheels. So I was shooting for 700. That's what I wanted, and we got it. Just shy of it. So I think it was 794 or 694, and torque was 797, right around there. It's making good power. Still having trouble making boost on the dyno though. So on the street I'm hitting 16 psi consistently from about 3,000 on up. On the dyno we're not hitting 16 psi till 4,000 rpm. So it's quite a bit slow in building that boost on the dyno. We tried adding load on the dyno. We went from 0 load, just the rollers, to 30% load, and that made minimal change. It bumped torque up some, and then when we added, and then we didn't go higher than that because the session here was just meant to be for a couple poles for the toy drive, so I didn't want to take up his time. There were a bunch of people waiting, so we just did those poles. He recommended that I go to a diesel dyno. There's another shop here locally that has a diesel shop that has a dyno that's wider, so I can run my 35s, and that'll be much better for the truck. So I can keep my 35s on it, which helps with the gearing. Because right now the gearing is so short with these 31s and the 456 gears, it just runs out of gears so quick. So keep the 35s on it, and then I guess the diesel dyno has a little bit different loading system, which is better for this truck because this truck essentially runs like a diesel. It builds torque right off the hit. So yeah, that's the plan. So guys, I appreciate everybody watching. We're just driving home here from the dyno. It's a beautiful day out still, so I'll spend some time with the family before I go back to work for the week. So please like and subscribe, guys. I appreciate everybody watching, and stay tuned for some more content here. We're going to be building that LSL Camino.
All right, hey, one thing I forgot to add to my last little video clip there when I was driving the truck. I calculated fuel mileage. So I drove over the Cascade Mountains super bright and early in the morning. It was in the teens, and then warmed up to around freezing on the drive up there. But so mountain passes essentially go from sea level to 8,000, 9,000 feet elevation and then back down. So it's not easy on the truck. It's not an easy drive. I was in boost and I was not easy on the truck. So I think I look back at the log and I got into boost, you know, a dozen or so times. about 10 psi on a few hits. So it's not going to give me the best fuel mileage. Maybe it'll be a comparison similar to like pulling a trailer. You know, you got a 5,600 pound truck ripping through the mountains. And then on the way back, I was hauling some workout equipment and a dresser, an entertainment center, stationary bicycle, treadmill, this machine kind of like a Bowflex. So maybe 1,000 pounds in the truck. So calculated out the fuel mileage based on that drive. Just shy of 200 miles roughly. Truck got 10 miles per gallon. So not terrible. It's like 10.2 miles per gallon. So it's not the worst mileage, but definitely not the best mileage. When I'm cruising flat ground, the one time I calculated it out, I got 14. So I'd be curious to see what it is actually on the ground when I'm not driving like an a-hole. But with those LS coils, I know it's more efficient. So, and then obviously like when you're in boost, you're running 11.5 AFR compared to 14.7 stoichiometric on the highway, or was it 14.5 for ethanol fuel. So like I said, I was hard on it. It's not the best reflection on what kind of fuel mileage that truck can get. I do believe that 14 is very easily attainable on this truck, 14 miles per gallon, driving on the highway with, moderate speeds. So going through the mountain passes, getting, almost 11, that's not terrible. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching.